Today, we're diving into some chilling true horror stories that happened to people when they were home alone. If you love spooky tales that send shivers down your spine, you're in the right place. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more creepy stories and horror content. Let's get started. 1. The Man in the Window. One night, Sarah was home alone while her parents were out. She was watching a movie and enjoying the peace and quiet. Suddenly, she noticed a shadow moving outside her living room window. Thinking it was just her imagination, she ignored it. But then she saw it again, clearer this time, a figure standing outside, watching her. Scared, Sarah grabbed her phone and called her parents. They told her to stay inside and lock all the doors and windows. As she hung up, she heard a faint tapping on the glass. Slowly turning around, she saw a man's face pressed against the window, grinning at her. She ran to her bedroom, locked the door, and hid in the closet. The police arrived soon after, but the man was gone. Sarah never felt safe being home alone again. 2. The creaking floorboards. James was enjoying a quiet evening alone in his old family home. The house was known for its creaky floorboards and odd noises, but he was used to them. As he was reading a book in the living room, he heard the distinct sound of footsteps upstairs. Thinking it was just the house settling, he brushed it off, but the footsteps grew louder and more deliberate. Curiosity got the better of him, and he decided to investigate. As he reached the top of the stairs, the footsteps stopped. He checked each room, but no one was there. Just as he was about to head back downstairs, the footsteps resumed, this time right behind him. James turned around, but no one was there. Terrified, he ran back downstairs and spent the rest of the night wide awake, listening to the mysterious footsteps above. After that night, James installed security cameras throughout the house. However, the cameras never captured anything unusual, even when he heard the footsteps again. His friends suggested it might be a ghost, given the house's age and history. While James didn't believe in ghosts, he couldn't find any other explanation for the noises that plagued him whenever he was alone. 3. The Whispering Voice. Emily was home alone one evening, working on her laptop in the kitchen. Everything was quiet until she started hearing faint whispers coming from the living room. She paused her work and listened closely. The whispers were soft but distinct, like someone having a hushed conversation. Emily's heart pounded as she slowly walked towards the living room. As she entered, the whispers stopped. She checked the entire room, but there was no one there. She returned to the kitchen, trying to convince herself it was just her imagination. But then, the whispers started again, this time louder and more urgent. Emily grabbed her phone and called her best friend, who came over to keep her company. They never found the source of the whispers, but Emily never felt comfortable being home alone after that night. The experience left Emily deeply unsettled. She started researching the history of her house and discovered that the previous owner had passed away in the living room under mysterious circumstances. Whether it was the old owner's spirit or something else, Emily couldn't shake the feeling that her house was trying to communicate with her. 4. The Locked Door. One weekend, Michael's parents went out of town, leaving him alone in the house. He was excited about having the place to himself, planning to watch movies and play video games. As he was getting ready to go to bed, he heard a loud bang coming from the basement. Curious, he went downstairs to check it out, thinking something might have fallen. When he reached the basement door, he found it locked from the inside, something that should have been impossible. The banging continued, now accompanied by scratching noises. Fear gripped him as he realized someone or something was trapped inside. He called the police, who arrived quickly and broke down the door. To their surprise, the basement was empty, but the door showed signs of being forcibly locked and scratched from the inside. Michael's parents had no explanation, and the mystery of the locked basement door remained unsolved. After this incident, Michael avoided the basement as much as possible. He started hearing whispers and seeing shadows moving in the corner of his eye whenever he was near the basement door. His friends thought it was just his imagination, but Michael knew something was wrong. He eventually convinced his parents to sell the house, unable to bear living with the unexplained phenomena any longer. 5. The Stranger in the House. Rachel was a college student living in a small apartment off campus. One evening, she was studying late when she heard a noise coming from the hallway. She dismissed it as one of her neighbors. A while later, she heard the noise again, this time closer and more distinct, like someone shuffling around. She got up to investigate, thinking she might have left the front door unlocked. As she approached the hallway, she saw a shadow moving in the corner of her eye. She quickly turned on the lights, but no one was there. Trying to stay calm, she checked the door and found it locked. Returning to her study, she heard the noise again, this time right outside her door. Rachel called campus security, who arrived to check the apartment. They found no one, but there were clear signs that someone had been inside, muddy footprints leading to her bedroom door. Rachel moved out the following week, unable to shake the feeling of being watched in her own home. Rachel later found out that a former tenant of the apartment had been involved in a stalking case and had moved out abruptly. The stalker had never been caught, and Rachel feared that he might have returned, mistaking her for his previous target. The experience left her traumatized, and she decided to live with a roommate for extra security. Thank you for joining us as we explored these terrifying true home alone horror stories. From mysterious footsteps and whispering voices to locked doors and creepy strangers, these stories remind us of the eerie possibilities when we're alone. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with friends who love a good scare, and subscribe to our channel for more chilling tales and horror content. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to stay updated with our latest videos. Have you ever experienced something spooky when you were home alone? Let us know in the comments below. Stay safe, and see you in the next video.